Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian, and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here on the west coast of Canada. I hope that everybody is having an awesome week so far. I hope that you're staying healthy and productive, enjoying every single moment of life. Welcome, Chayang Kip. Hi, Irby, Akira. Hi, Amrit. Welcome to our moderator, Carolina. Good to see many students in the class. In this class, students, we are looking at IELTS Speaking Part 1. And the specific topic for this Part 1 will be talking about the internet. So, IELTS Speaking Part 1 targets a general topic that is well known to most people around the world, to society, that most people can talk about fairly easily as long as you have some basic language skills in English. And of course, the internet is certainly a very important part of most people's lives. So that could very easily be a speaking part 1 topic. In fact, if anybody's ever had this topic, the internet, let me know. I'm curious if somebody's already had this topic for their speaking, whoever's done the IELTS. So speaking part 1, it's about 5-6 minutes of your speaking section interview. It includes some instructions, about 30-40 seconds, and then it has some questions to get to know you, some introductory questions, and then about 5 questions or so on this kind of a topic like the internet. All right. This material, as usual, is presented to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS. Visit us there. For the general IELTS, visit us at gieltshelp.com. We have lots of help there for you. And in fact, we will be using our website, aehelp.com, this website, today for practicing the speaking section because this website has a chat interface where we will connect with audio, with sound, and I will talk to our viewers, and we will practice these speaking part 1 questions about the internet. Click this big red button to join our premium IELTS package, or you can also click this green button that's right behind me there to try it for free. For the general IELTS, it's the same idea. So again, you want to click that big red button. For the premium package, it's a one-time payment for lifetime access, students, and it really does not cost a lot of money, so it's well worth it, and you get to use it as long as you need to. You can use your mobile application or your practice exams and the likes, and we have this discount code still going this week, the IELTS 9. Right? Aim high. IELTS 9 will get you a 25% discount off the premium IELTS package, so check that out. Okay. All right. Now, I see that Amrit, you got your score. So 6.5 for writing, 6.5 for speaking, 6.5 for listening, and reading 5.5. Amrit, that's a very well balanced score. Congratulations on that. That means you are a fluent to a good user of the English language. Reading is obviously, Amrit, where you need to make some improvements. Amrit has been a long-time member. He has been working very hard. He has had speaking practice as well on the website. Amrit, don't worry about that reading mark. I'm sure you can do better next time. What's really important is just to focus a lot on reading. So you need to read a lot. And I got your email, and I will respond to that email and give you some more details. Welcome, Rashika, and welcome to our other members as well. That's awesome. So again, students, use this code IELTS9 for that 25% discount on the websites. It's worth it. We will use the websites today, as you will see. You can get our apps, Academic IELTS Help and General IELTS Help from your app store so you can study on the go. And to keep up with all of our schedules and materials, follow us on Instagram, IELTS_AE Help, GIELTS Help, and definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. So right now, click that subscribe button, click the bell button, and then you will get notifications of our live IELTS classes. We definitely have the world's most advanced online IELTS course for you to succeed. If you have questions, send me an email. My email is adrian@aehelp.com. We love helping our viewers and our students. So any question that you have, let us know. Okay, we are here to help you. We will have several classes this week. By the way, those light haul classes last week were really fun and successful. We'll have more of those in July, so keep an eye out for that. Right now, we'll have speaking part 1 where everybody can join in the fun. Tomorrow, a little bit earlier in the day, we will have task 2 writing for members. Then we'll have listening part 1 and 2 using our listening exams. And then on Saturday, we'll have speaking part 2 and speaking part 3 for everybody. So lots going on. Okay, lots going on. And we always love to have as many students as we can in these classes. So let's get to IELTS speaking part 1, starting with the introductions. So again, you are going to be at your IELTS speaking section exam a little bit early, about an hour before it starts. Okay. Practice your English, use your English. It's very important that you warm up those language muscles of the brain and that you use English before you walk into your actual interview, okay? Do not speak in your native language before your IELTS speaking exam. Switch on your English language centers. Different languages use different parts of the brain, so using English before the exam is a very, very important tip. Okay, all right. Okay, everyone. Somebody's saying align your screen. Let's see, maybe make it a little bit smaller like that. Yeah. Who was that suggested that? That was a good suggestion there, and I do appreciate that. So thank you. I'm definitely watching the chat and seeing what you guys are saying, keeping an eye on it. Let's see, hopefully that will fit nicely there. Okay. All right, so speaking part 1. Your interview is about 12 to 15 minutes. Okay. Let's see. Is that still? Let me see. Still, let's see. Like that maybe? Okay. Hopefully that should be good now. I'm trying to make it as big as possible without it going off the screen. Demon Gaming is still not proper. It should be. All right. Okay. So here we go. Now, when you walk in, the examiner will give you instructions. Okay, so the examiner says, and this is about maybe 30 seconds, welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam, and then they keep going. It's pretty much standard. It's like they're reading. They actually memorize this introduction part. So they say, welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. It has 3 parts. I'm recording this for clerical purposes. I will give you instructions for each of the 3 parts. This is candidate number 95812255 and examiner number 7896. We are currently conducting this exam in Victoria, British Columbia. The time right now is 14 o'clock, and now we shall begin. So when you hear these instructions, okay, do not sit there nervously staring out into space, okay? Okay, so don't be like that during these instruction sentences when you hear these, okay? Instead, remember your strategies and to start strong, okay? Simply put, remember to speak fluently, clearly, and loudly right from the beginning. Remember to give answers, explanations, and examples. Okay. Remember to think critically. What, why, how. Okay, now we'll get to that in a moment when we talk about the internet. So keep these in mind, okay? As soon as the examiner starts telling you about the instructions, that should trigger this, okay? It should be like a trigger for these points, these very important points, okay? That's what should be going on in your head. Okay? That's what you have to focus on, all right? Don't just sit there really nervous like you're about to explode. Don't look at the examiner like, who is this guy, or why are they so angry looking, or why are they so happy looking, or wow, I've never seen a person like this before in my life. Okay, focus on your goals, all right? Okay, and then the examiner will ask the first question. The examiner will say, may I see your identification, please? So of course, thinking about your strategies, you're going to give a nice full sentence answer for this. Now answer this question, students. I'm going to do the same. We do this all the time because this is your very first point of verbal contact, right? So you're going to say, happily. Remember I taught you this the other week? Happily. Here is my passport that I have used to register for the test. Please take a look. Okay. Now this is speaking, everybody, so make sure to speak and repeat. Okay. Don't just listen to me. Listening is good. It's the start to communication. You have to listen before you speak. But speak as well, so copy what I say, okay? May I see your identification, please? Happily, here's my passport that I have used to register for the test. Please take a look. Now notice that this is present perfect, I have used, and I am not contracting the I have, so I don't say I've used, but I'm very clearly showing the examiner that I can use the present perfect. Okay, so I have used. General rule of thumb, okay, so commonly the rule is in professional communication, oral or written, so that means speaking or writing, contractions are like I've, I'm, there. Okay, so these she'd. Okay, so these are contractions. Contractions are avoided. Now in speaking, if you use some contractions later on, it's okay. As long as in the beginning you very clearly vocalize for the examiner the I have, she would, they would, I would. Okay, so vocalize those words. Don't contract them. All right. Okay. So Kolwinder Singh in the chat says, yes, you can. Here is my passport that I used to register for this test a couple of weeks ago and for signing up a few minutes ago for this interview. Kolwinder, it's not signing up a few minutes ago this interview, it's registering a few minutes ago. Okay, registering, not signing. You don't sign, you register. Okay. All right, good. Nice. So again, nice full sentences. And then the next question is, what is your full name? Again, repeat after me. What is your full name? Practice questions as well, students, not just answers. Questions as well, okay? All right, so my whole name is Christopher Jenkins. Please just call me Chris for short. Okay, Chris, short form for Christopher. It's not a nickname. It's kind of a nickname, but it's just a short version of Christopher. So my whole name is Christopher Jenkins. Please call me Chris for short. If you want, you can even add the phrase, as you can see in my passport. Please just call me Chris for short. Okay. If you have a nickname, though, make sure you use the word nickname. Okay. Vipasha Vyas, our member, says, my first name is Vipasha. My family name is Sharma. You can call me Vipasha. Vipasha, say, please call me. Okay. It's more polite. Please call me is more polite than you can call me. Okay. So please call me Chris is more polite than you can call me Chris. Okay, so use please call me. All right, it's better. Okay. And then the examiner will say, okay, Chris, they might call you by name. They often do. So experienced examiners will call you by name because they know that calling you by name helps to calm you down. They know that people are really nervous and they want you to do a good job in the IELTS speaking. They want you to be calm. So they try to do everything in their power to make you feel as calm as possible without influencing your language. So they can't behave in a friendly way. They shouldn't be behaving in a friendly way with you. They should be behaving in a serious way. But aside from that, they should be behaving professionally. And they might call you by name. Okay, Chris, let's begin. What do you do for fun? Okay, give me a nice full sentence here. So what do you do for fun? Okay, and now I see a lot of people using the phrase please call me or please address me. Those are all very nice. Okay. All right, Amanjot says, I usually play with children and watch comedy shows for the same. Okay, don't use for the same, use a better word, Amanjot. So Amanjot says, I usually play with children and watch comedy shows for enjoyment. Okay. All right. Why? You should always answer the why question. Okay. Because I have 2 kids. They are 6 and 8, and they often have their friends visit. We have lots of good laughs playing games together. In fact, We had a blast playing a Twister just last Saturday. Okay? So that's a much better answer, Amanjot. You had a good start with the answer, but the examiners are really looking for originality and detail. So if you play with children, why is that? Are you a teacher in kindergarten? Do you have a lot of relatives, nieces, nephews? Do you have your own children? Do you work in some kind of a business that deals with children, like a toy store? I have no idea. I'm the examiner. I don't know your life. I don't know why you spend time playing with children and comedy shows. So you have to answer that question, right? So why? So the answer here, the clear answer here would be, I usually play with children and watch comedy shows for enjoyment because I have 2 kids. They are 6 and 8, and they often have their friends visit. We have lots of good laughs playing games together. In fact, we had a blast playing Twister last Saturday. Students, had a blast means had a lot of fun. Okay, definitely write down new vocabulary. Think about blast like, right? Boom! So lots of fun. I hope that everybody is having a blast in this IELTS speaking class. Okay, I hope you're all having a blast. All right. And then Amrit says, how to go with the how question. Well, if you think about it, Amrit, the how question, that's a good question. The how question is often the example. So how did we have fun? We had fun by playing Twister last Saturday. Okay, so this is kind of the how question. The how question answer can be thought of as the specific example from your life. Especially for part 1, because the part 1 questions are often about you, right? It's the introductions, it's getting to know you. So that's why you see the what do you do for fun? Not other people, not your brother, not your sister, not people in general. You shouldn't say, well, people go to the movie theater for fun. Be like, so do you go to the movie theater, or is that just people that go to the movie theater? So pay attention to the subject noun, right? Here, the subject noun is you. So your answer has to be me. I do this for fun. I love doing this. Okay. All right. Good. Hardik is asking, can I sit the IELTS at the age of 17? If you need to, Hardik, sure, why not? A lot of people will sit the IELTS at the age of 17 for university. Absolutely. The earliest age of registration for IELTS, if I'm not mistaken, is still 16. Okay. And Sagar Royla says, hello, sir. I got 8.5 because of you. Sagar, that is awesome. Congratulations. 8.5 is a fantastic score. By the way, just a quick side note here, students. So, side note, when you pass the IELTS, send us a testimonial. So send me an email to Adrian at aehelp.com. We would love to get your testimonial. Okay, I love getting testimonials. We have lots on our websites of our success stories, so send us a testimonial. We love those. Okay, we love to hear your success stories. That makes us happy. Our motto is your success is our success, and that's very true. Okay, so we're doing a good job here. Now we're on to part 1, questions. Let's talk about the internet. Okay, and as soon as you hear this topic, the internet, your brain should start racing. But not in a disorganized way, but in an organized way. So your brain should start racing, collecting information, in an organized way. Think of synonyms for internet. What are some synonyms? What are some other ways to say internet? Because right away, of course, you want to show your lexical resource, but not only that, by thinking of synonyms, it will also help your brain to think of other information. It will trigger other centers of thought and language. So what are other ways to say the internet? Yeah, online search, sure. Online information. Shushanta says the web. Yeah. Being online. Yes, sure. Rashika says online. Web. Cyberspace. Very good. Yeah. Pop culture. There's definitely going to be lots of words. Good Vibes says social media. Social media, kind of. Wireless, kind of. Global network is a good one. Let's say World Wide Web, right? WWW. Okay. All right. Good. Nice. Those are good. Okay. And then you should think about what, why, how. So what is the internet? Why do we have the internet? How does the internet work? Right? So your brain should be thinking critically. What is the internet? Okay. It is digital information shared among people around the world. Okay. Connected through computers, right? So what is the internet? It is digital information shared among people around the world connected through computers. Okay, keep that in mind. Why do we have the internet? To quickly access information for work, enjoyment, and what we're doing right now, education, right? To learn. Okay, that's what we're all accessing the internet for right now. Okay. Vipasha says to connect to the world. Okay. How does the internet work? All right. User requests information. Software searches and provides access to information. The user acquires the information, right? That is the simplest way to say it. Practice this kind of thinking, so train your brain to think in this way quickly and effectively so that you can answer questions well, okay? Keep in mind, students, that for band 6.5 to 9 in the speaking, and for the writing as well, by the way, so band 6.5 to 9 in IELTS speaking is mostly decided based on content, on what you say. Okay? So yes, the grammar is important. Yes, the vocabulary is important. Your pronunciation, kind of important. I need to understand you. So not overly important, but kind of important. But certainly the quality of information becomes very important between a fluent and expert user of the English language. Okay? All right. So here's the first question. Keep this in mind, all right? Let's do this. So, how often do you use the internet? Okay. There we go. So here's my answer. And we'll take a look at your answers in a second. I just want to show you what I'm doing here. So how often do you use the internet? Right away, I'm using some of that nice paraphrasing that you generated only moments ago. So I access cyberspace at least a dozen times each day. A dozen times means 12 times, at least 12 times. It's a common expression in English, okay? So 12. Whether it's for entertainment, work, or study, I'm frequently searching for information or catching the latest flick. Last night, I watched a show called The Umbrella Academy on Netflix. Notice that I'm using that information of why, right? For entertainment, for work, or for study. So by thinking of that information, I can start applying it right away in my answers, okay? Arda has this answer in the chat. Arda says, I frequently use the internet. To be more specific, 3 to 4 hours a day. As I mentioned earlier, I play online games for fun, so 3 to 4 hours each day is the amount of time I spend for the internet. Too much reiteration here, Arda. I would take that out, and I would say it a little bit differently. So I spend at least 4 hours, maybe even more. Okay, and then give a specific example, Arda. Okay, don't forget your specific examples. All right, those are important. Okay. All right, let's see what Irby says. There's what Arda says there more clearly. This is Irby's answer here. The world has technologically evolved, and being fortunate enough in this time, I use the internet most of the time in a day for entertainment and mostly because of my studies. Okay, all of this information here, Irby, is irrelevant. Okay, it does not answer my question. So your answer actually starts here. Okay, students, here's a very important tip for your IELTS speaking. Okay, your speaking interview is about 12 minutes. You do not have enough time to give irrelevant information or go off topic. Okay, so Irby saying something like the world has technologically evolved. Nobody cares. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's not what we're talking about here. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just trying to give you the truth. If you speak that way and you keep doing that in your speaking, you're going to waste a lot of time being what's called incoherent. And coherence is extremely important for high band scores. So this is considered low coherence. And it's really terrible that some IELTS channels on YouTube and some information tell you to talk in this way for the IELTS speaking section. It's not true, okay? It's not the right way to do it. Okay. All right. So stay on topic. Okay. All right. Let's get into some student speaking, everybody. I'm going to put on my ears here, and we're actually going to practice this in real time with real students, you, from around the world, and then I will continue to talk strategy, give you some nice high band examples and feedback. So to do this, we are going to go to our website here, aehelp.com. Okay, so we want to go to this website. Once we're on that website, it looks like this. This is aehelp.com. Okay, so aehelp.com. Then you can join our premium course by clicking this red button, or you can try it for free with the green button. Okay. And after you click those buttons and sign up, then you click on your My Student account. Actually, it will log you into your My Student account. And once you're in your My Student account, you have access to computer-based practice exams, a full interactive course, study plans, PDF exams, lesson videos, speaking section interviews, audio CDs, lots and lots. But what we're really looking at right now is this here, the student partner speaking. This is a free service for everybody. If you want to book an IELTS speaking section interview with me for practice, you can click on that yellow button that's beside my or behind my head there, the speaking interview practice. Okay. All right. Once you click this blue student partner speaking button and click I accept start speaking, then you get into our speaking interface. And here we have Kalwinder, we have Nav, followed by Nav, interestingly. We have Jay, Yash, Ashok, Asang, Mohammed, Shukam. So we've got lots of students, Sum, and lots more joining in. You will see me in here. You will see me in here as master. Okay. Now click on the blue envelope and send me a message that says, I want to volunteer. Okay. And as soon as you send me a message, I will see a little number come up on my screen, like I just did with Yash right there. So I know that Yash wants to volunteer, and then I can reach out to Yash and say, Yash, are you ready? And I see Sum is volunteering as well. And then we can practice and build strategy. I will give you a band score estimate for your speaking level as well here. So Yash, if you are ready, just send me a sign, send me back a message. Yes, I am. I just saw that. And now I can reach out to you. Here we go.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Yash. How are you?
I'm doing great, sir. What about you?
I'm doing good as well. Thank you, Yash. Thank you for asking. Yash, where are you in the world right now?
I am in India. I'm in a state of Gujarat in India.
Nice. What city are you in?
I am from Ahmedabad.
Ahmedabad. Okay. Great. And Yash, why are you doing the IELTS exam?
Yeah, I'm looking for my master's in mechanical engineering in Canada, so that's why I'm preparing for my IELTS exam.
Mechanical engineering, so like building robots.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. That's exciting. I think it's the dream of a lot of people to build robots. I would love to build a robot. Okay, Yash, let's get into some speaking part one. I will ask you some questions. Give me some nice full sentence answers, okay?
Sure.
All right, so welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. May I see your identification?
Yeah, sure. Here is my passport, which is I used to register for this exam before 2 to 3 weeks ago. And here is my credential page. Now you can see that.
What is your full name?
My given name is Yash and my surname is Upadhyay. Please just call me by Yash.
Yash. Okay, Yash. So for part one, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. What do you do for fun?
For entertaining purpose, I go for a movie on internet, or sometime I also used to play with my nephew whenever I have a free time. I remember that last Sunday I played with my nephew, and that was an full entertainment. entertain time.
Let's talk about the internet. How often do you
Okay.
use the internet?
Searching on YouTube as well as looking or making research on a web. It is one of my hobby as well as I love to search a few things on the internet. Last Sunday I had watched a science fiction movie with my friends on online platform which is called Netflix.
What are some sites you visit frequently?
Yeah, some of the site which is I use often the name is IELTS coaching and also YouTube as well as ahelp.com because that I use that because I was preparing for my IELTS examination and that time I also visited those sites to get some coach and also help from those sites.
Okay, that was good. All right, Yash. Great. Thank you for that commercial plug of using ahelp.com. I appreciate that. All right. I did not pay Yash to do that. All
Yeah.
right.
Yes, exactly.
All right, Yash. That was good. Okay, so Yash, not bad. Definitely around 5.5 to 6 band for those. I think you're fluent, but some of your sentences are a little bit confusing grammatically and a little bit off topic. So, first of all, when you present your identification, that was a little bit long, okay? So, a little bit shorter, all right? A little bit shorter, not much
Okay.
shorter. So, it's not like a yes, sure, here it is, but it's not quite that long. So a little bit shorter. So yes, here's my passport that I used to register a couple weeks ago. Please take a look. Saying like, here's my page with the credentials. Take a look at my name as it's written is a bit too much. Okay, so a little bit shorter. All right, don't make the examiner feel like you're too expressive. And then your name, that was fine. You introduced yourself. You said, please call me Yash. That was very good. And then I asked you, what do you do for fun? And that's where it was a little bit confusing for me. Like you said, for entertainment. Okay, so for
Okay.
entertainment, and then you said I just go for a movie on the internet. It's weird to say go for a movie on the internet. When you go for a movie, you should be going to like a movie theater. You actually walk, right? Go for a movie.
Okay.
So instead of go for a movie on the internet, it's I watch a movie on the internet. Okay, I
Okay.
just watch a movie on the internet. So just some kind of a little bit off grammar, off vocabulary use there. So I just watch a movie on the internet, or sometimes I also play. It's just general present tense. I also play with my nephew, and then last Saturday I played some games with my nephew. So a little bit off grammatically, okay? And
Okay.
then so work on your grammar. Work on your grammar definitely. Now I asked you how often do you use the internet? And you said searching on YouTube as well as searching online is one of my hobbies. You're not really answering my question there. Here I'm just simply asking how often, like every day, 4 hours a day, 10 times a day, on the weekend. So here I'm asking specifically adverb of frequency, always, often, and I didn't really get that in this answer here. I got that you use the internet, but I didn't really get how often you use the internet. Okay, so
Okay.
really pay attention to the question here. Okay, for IELTS, you have to be very, very specific. So let's try this one more time. How often do you use the internet?
I use too often searching on internet. Uh, I use every day about 8 to 10 hours using internet. Sometime I watch movies on Netflix as well as sometime I search for YouTube. I must remember that I had 1 hour of session of coaching ads on this morning.
Okay, just a second. So Good. Okay, I just simplified it. So I'm going to read the answer here and then just repeat after me, okay? So I'm going to read the
Okay.
question, I'm going to give you the answer, and then just repeat. So, how often do you use the internet? I use the internet for 8 to 10 hours a day to watch movies on Netflix or search for information on YouTube. Like this morning, I spent 1 hour on YouTube learning for IELTS. How often do you use the internet?
I use the internet for 8 to 10 hours a day to watch movies on Netflix or to search for information on YouTube. Like this morning, I spent 1 hour on YouTube learning for IELTS.
Much better. Clear, focused. That would be a band 8, band 9. Okay. So clear, accurate, fluent, answers the question specifically. That's all they're looking for. Okay. So keep in mind, IELTS isn't meant to be too complicated. So don't overdo it. Okay. Just focus on good, clear grammar. All right. Yash, I hope that you come to Canada and I hope you build me a robot.
Exactly, sir. Exactly. Why not? I
Right.
do work hard for that also.
Thank you.
So,
All right.
sir, I want to ask you some question about my reading module as well. How can I improve my time management by reading in a reading module?
I would love to answer that question for you, Yash, but if I start talking about reading, I'm going to encourage people to ask me questions that are off topic. So if you have a question about reading, Yash, what I recommend that you do is send me an email on it, and I can give you a clearer, better answer through email later on in the day. Does that sound good?
Surely, surely, sir.
Okay.
And what about my fluency? How
Your
what
fluency
score
is
I?
fine. Your fluency is like a band 8. It's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with your fluency. That's why I said band 5.5 to 6, because you are fluent, but because your coherence is pulling it down, it's hard to give you that perfect, like that band 6, because band 6 means that you're fluent, but you do have to be a little bit more coherent for that fluent band 6, okay?
Okay, so I just want to know that I work hard for my grammar and accuracy.
Yeah, work hard on your grammar and the accuracy of your answer. Absolutely. That's what you want to focus on. Yes, definitely.
Surely, surely,
Okay.
surely, surely. Uh,
Okay.
next time I will come up with those practice and make much harder for myself as well.
I look forward to it. Yash, talk to you later. Have an awesome rest of your day. Night.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Have a nice
Bye.
day to you as well.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye bye.
Bye. All right, that was Yash. Okay, everyone. So that was Yash. We've got lots of volunteers now, which is fantastic. Let's see. We have. Let's kind of jump down. I want to show you that it's not all in order here. I'm going to see if Tarun is here. Tarun, are you ready? We've got lots of time, students, so I have time for many, many volunteers. So hang in there and wait your turn. I will definitely pick different people. And very importantly, everyone, the advice that I'm giving and when I'm doing repetition work, that's not just for the student that I'm talking with, that's for everybody. So like now when I asked Yash to repeat after me, I hope that other students were also repeating that sentence, okay, for answering about how often do you use the internet. So those corrections and those repetitions are for everyone to practice, okay? All right, Tarun is ready. Let's reach out to Tarun. All right, Tarun, I heard that you picked up. I can't hear your voice though. Tarun, can you hear me? Sometimes with some students, we aren't able to connect. If you haven't tested your system, students, test your system, okay? Make sure that your audio, your speaker, and your microphone works. You have to enable it. Make sure that it's working properly on your device as well. So Tarun, test the system, come back, volunteer again. Let's see who's even further down this list. Here's Turi Ip. Let's see if Turi Ip at the very bottom here, probably thinking he'll never get to me. Turi Ip, are you ready? You didn't see that coming, did you? So Turi Ip at the bottom of the list. Let's see if Turi Ip is ready. Tarun, don't call back. I will call you. Okay. So Turi Ip, yes. Okay. Hello, Turi.
Hello?
Hi. How are you?
Hello?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. How are you, Turi?
Yeah, I haven't had dinner tonight, so I'm kind of tired. Yeah.
Tired and
Yeah,
hungry.
I'm waiting for a shipper. It's kind of late.
Okay. All right. Where are you?
Yeah, I'm from Vietnam,
In
Hanoi,
Vietnam.
yeah,
Okay.
capital Vietnam. Yeah.
All right. Yes, I am familiar with Hanoi. I've learned a bit about Vietnam since we've had lots of volunteers from Vietnam. Okay, Turi, why are you taking the IELTS exam?
Well, currently right now I'm the last year students, you can see, and about next year I will graduate. And yeah, I'm choosing a company for me, and yeah, I'm heading to like company that's yeah, it's required an IELTS certificate,
Mm-hmm.
right? They are above 5.5 to 6. Yeah, they need.
Okay,
And
so you need it for work.
yes,
Okay. May I
like
ask what type of work?
um like I'm working in a technology company, and my company is working with like other companies overseas. So
Yeah.
yeah, the IELTS certificate is
That's very
necessary.
common. Yeah, that's very, very common. I mean, technology companies, they're global. A lot of companies now are global. Even small businesses now are often global. So yeah, IELTS is becoming more and more common as a requirement for job applications as well as for school and immigration. Absolutely. Okay, well, let me ask you some part one questions here, and then we'll go from there. So, are you ready?
Okay.
All right. Okay, then you can go to sleep after, right? Last bit of energy here, last bit of exercise practice. All right, here we go. So, how often do you use the internet?
Every day I spend about 9 or 10 hours for you surfing for information online. Well, mostly I'm searching for some information about like for my work, or even when I have free time, I will look for. I'll go to YouTube and look for funny videos for entertaining, or sometimes I can play a little bit of surfing, a little bit of social medias. Yeah.
What are some of the sites you visit frequently?
Well, the site I'm using every day is a site called Study 4. It is a site a site providing IELTS exams. That's like an exam for the one who are studying on alone or still studying IELTS alone, and it's very effective for me because I can study IELTS very effectively on that because it will mark me and give me some feedback about my IELTS exam, and I can study easily
Do you use
without.
the internet at school or at work?
Yeah, not frequently because in school I have to study a lot and I have no time for surfing the internet or doing some personal things alone. Uh, but in my school there is a room for computer where can I find some information online why I'm studying, and of course why this test too.
Is internet access commonly available in your country?
Of course, it has been developed through decades. Like in the past, we didn't really have much internet. The people could not access to internet frequently like right now. Like most people right now can easily access to internet wherever they want. Absolutely on their computers or their smartphones. And
Okay,
it's
I'm going to stop you there. I'm going to stop you there. All right, let me interrupt you. I'm going to stop you there. Uh, you're thinking, you're speaking, you're thinking, you're speaking, and that's great. Okay, that's what you want to do. You just want to do it a little bit differently, and you want to be more concise with your answers. All right, so you're doing a good job, and in some places where you really get going with some nice fluency, you build some extremely good sentences. So that's what you want to do from start to finish. My first tip to you is don't overspeak, okay? So when you have the question, answer, explanation, example, don't give more than two answers, okay? Or don't give more than two explanations. At times, I felt like you were over-explaining or over-answering. And in the real IELTS speaking interview, the examiner, many of them, will not be even as patient as me. They will interrupt you, and it will become a very awkward kind of conversation, okay? Is that clear?
Yes, like I'm kind of nervous. Like
I
I
know. So
I'm just sitting here and waiting.
yeah, enter the so what happens when people are nervous is some people underspeak and then some people overspeak.
Yeah, like
It,
my heart pumping.
yeah, that and so when our heart gets going, when our heart is racing a mile a minute, then some people, they freeze up, like they say, yes, I use the internet, and then they stop talking, and that's one way, and that's not good. And then the other way is when people are like, yes, I use the internet 9 to 10 hours a day, I use it for movies, I use it, and then they keep going and going, and it's like, oh, okay, we got to interrupt you. So it's you want to be calm, but practicing this way and what you're doing right now is a perfect way to kind of become more confident and relax. So your level is about a band 5.5 to 6. You are fairly coherent, so I can understand quite clearly what you're telling me. However, it's just awkward, like I say, where you give an answer, you kind of pause, you give a different answer, you kind of pause, and then you give another different answer. So you need to connect your ideas a bit smoother when you're speaking to create more fluency and more clarity. So what I recommend you do is really practice your connectives. So for example, let's take a look at this question here. How often do you use the internet? And you said every day. I spend about 9 to 10 hours surfing. I really liked your paraphrasing, by the way. I thought you did a really good job of paraphrasing the questions. Every day, I spend about 10 hours surfing for information online. And then here, try to use a connective, right? Since I need the internet for both work and school to get my projects finished. Okay, so using connectives like since and therefore and however will allow you to kind of connect your answer and explanation in a smoother way and then just give the example. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Let me show you. I'll take this one and the next one, and then you'll see what I mean. So every day I spend about 9 to 10 hours surfing for information online since I need the internet for both work and school to get my projects finished. And then here is where you started to kind of switch again. You said when I have free time. So instead of all of this, so recently I have been learning about database programming for my future job. Okay, so that's concise, and then you have a nice complete finish. Okay, try this answer with me. So I'm going to say it and then just repeat after me. Every day I spend about 9 to 10 hours surfing for information online since I need the internet for both work and school to get projects finished. Recently, I have been learning about database programming for my future job from a website.
Every day I spend about 9 to 10 hours surfing for information online since I need the internet for both work and school to get my project finished. Recently, I have been learning about database programming for my future job for a website.
And then done, right? So you're finished. You go down with your voice and you make it clear for your listener that you're done and you're waiting for the next question. Okay? And then you're going to get into a good nexus of conversation. For those high band scores, for the band 7, 8, 9, the IELTS speaking section should really be conversational. It shouldn't sound like this awkward kind of question and answer interruption over speaking. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, here, what are some of the sites you visit frequently? Well, the sites I'm using every day is called Study4. This is one site. These are sites. Okay, so you want to mention two sites. Okay, well, the sites I am, let's enunciate, not contract. So, well, the sites I'm using every day are called Study4 and Unbox programs. Okay, I'm just making that up. These are, okay, so let me make a bit of a correction here. Because the first one is effective for me to study IELTS, and the second one for learning programming languages. I was learning C++, from Unbox programs this morning. Okay, so see how I'm just following this simple structure of answer, explain, example, connecting my explanation and my answer with a connective word or conjunction like since and because. So try this one again with me. So, well, the sites I'm using every day are called Study4 and Unbox programs because the first one is effective for me to study IELTS and the second one for learning programming languages. I was learning C++ from Unbox programs this morning.
Well, the sites I'm using every day are called Study4 and Unbox programs because this first one is effective for me to study IELTS and the second one for learning programming languages. I was learning C++ from Unbox programs this morning.
Much better. Okay, so I think you have what it takes to get the 5.5, but what you want, of course, is as high of score as possible. So if you can get more than 5.5, it's even better. And when you need 5.5, your goal should at least be 6.5, right? So you should never be aiming for your exact cutoff. You should always be aiming over that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
So this is what you want to do. So simplify your thoughts a little bit, stay focused, stay calm. You have good English, you have nothing to worry about, and then just structure. Okay, so structure and connect your answers. Sounds good?
so I think you need to speak slower, I guess. Think more, I guess.
I
Like
think those are
was a
very
little
good
bit
thoughts. I think those are very
confused.
good thoughts,
Yeah, I
Tariq.
was a
Yeah.
little bit confused. Like I didn't really know how to talk and think about ideas, and yeah, it was all messed up.
But now it's much better and you'll do great. Okay, Turiep, have an awesome rest of your night. Try to eat something before you go to bed. Sleeping hungry is never a good idea. So hopefully you get some food in you and I hope you get some good rest and then come back and practice more later, okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye, Turiep. All right, that was Turiep from Vietnam. Give Turiep a thumbs up. You know, he's really there. You know, students are really putting themselves out there, practicing like this. And Turiep said a couple of very wise ideas there at the end. He said, "Okay, I think I just need to slow down a little bit, think a little bit more, give better answers." And absolutely, okay, the wisdom of think before you speak is very, very important. All right, Valentina, are you there? I am going to shift through. We've got time for more volunteers, so thank you for the support. Carolina, Simran, Mal giving the thumbs up. Nepsume, lots of hearts. That's awesome. Akira, yeah, support each other for sure. Okay, it's quite intense to do this. I can only imagine how nervous I would be if I were on the other end of the line. Okay, don't call me students. I will call you. Valentina. Okay, I hear that Valentina picked up, but I don't hear your voice, Valentina. Again, students, make sure that you test the system maybe with another person. Check your microphone, check your speakers, and make sure that it works for you. Okay, you might have to change some internet settings, some permissions on your device to enable the website to use your camera, use your microphone. Okay, Valentina, check it out. Check it with another person that's here, and then when it works, try to call me back at a later time, or volunteer at a later time. Okay, all right. Okay, let me reach out to somebody else. Let's see Sarah here right after Valentina. Sarah, are you ready? Okay. Yeah, internet connections that work well are usually Wi-Fi and LAN connections. If you're using data, that can be also tricky. Sometimes you have data restrictions on your phone for video audio. Sarah.
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm great. How about you?
I am doing pretty good, Sarah. May I ask, Sarah, whereabouts are you on our big, beautiful blue planet?
I'm from France.
From France. All right. Which city in France?
Marseille.
Marseille. I've been to Marseille. So.
I know, because we have talked before.
Oh, really?
It's like 2 months ago, yeah. And I actually passed my IELTS and I got like a 6.5, but I need to repass my IELTS because I want to go into university.
Okay, so you have an overall score of 6.5?
No, the overall score was 6, but in speaking it was 6.5. I have to get an overall score of 6.5 actually. It's like
okay.
in the middle of August, yeah.
Okay. All right. Sure, I can help you with that. So you need to improve just a bit, but that, does mean regular practice, right? So you have to really practice every day, even though half a band seems like a little bit. You still have, it's actually a fair bit. So half a band is a fair bit of English, but as long as you practice every day, I'm sure you can do that. And you're smart to improve your speaking score because that's your strongest score. So if you can get a band 7 or 7.5 in speaking, then that will help to pull up your overall band score. So that's smart for you to do that. Okay, Sarah, well, let me help you with that, all right? And we'll get going on this. So you've got about a month and a bit. Okay, lots of study every day. Here we go with some speaking part 1. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, all right. Do you use the internet at school or at work?
I'm actually working as well as a student, so I use internet in both of them. Because of the recent situation of the country, of Corona situation, so we study online. It's actually like 7 hours online each day. And at work, I work as a freelancer. I edit videos sometimes, and I help people to study English online. So that's why I use the internet.
Is internet access commonly available in your country?
Yeah, the internet access it's available in my country.
Why do you think people use the internet?
Actually, there is lots of situation that makes people use the internet, such as like entertainment. They search for funny videos sometimes on YouTube or on other platforms like Netflix. Some people use internet to study and earn new knowledge, like learning new languages through YouTube or other websites, or they use internet for work. They can be working in freelancer, so that's a situation where they need to be using the internet.
How has the way you use the internet changed today compared to 5 years ago?
It changed actually the usage of internet. It changed a lot. It's not just compared by these 5 years. It just changed each year. People become more. The usage of internet become more in more through the years because people are actually in need to use internet.
If you could make a website, what would it be?
Because I study business management, so if I had to make a website, it could be for marketing. Actually working in a clothes brand, so it's gonna be a website to promote for my clothes brand and to make it global and available for each and every person around this world.
And that is the end of part 1. We will now continue with part 2. For this part, I will show you some questions. You will have 1 minute to read these questions. Think about your answers. You can take notes in that 1 minute if you wish, and then you will have 1 to 2 minutes to speak. I will tell you when to start and when to stop. Okay, and then we would continue with part 2. Yeah, I think 6.5 is a fair score. I might actually be a little bit stricter. I'm not going to lie to you. I might mark you a 6. So I'm just.
I know.
I'm a little bit maybe more critical. So you know, the speaking is subjective, and this is why you have to aim high, because sometimes students are like, I got 6 on my exam, but the last one I got 6.5. Why did that happen? Some examiners are a little bit more lenient, and some are a little bit more strict. What score did I give you before when we talked a couple months ago? Do you remember?
You gave me 5.5 and 6. You said in between.
Yeah, so I said 5.5 to 6, and you got 6.5 on the speaking, so that was probably a positive.
Yeah.
So that was like, haha, Adrian, I got better than what you said. That's it. You know, I would rather that somebody be in your situation than the opposite, where somebody is like, but Adrian said I was a 7 and I only got a 5. So I'm always scared of that situation. But you know, we're pretty accurate. We're usually within half a band to a band for sure. Okay, so you've got lots of vocabulary. You've got lots of ideas. You have to put them together in a clearer way. So very similar advice as to our previous volunteer, Turi Ip. Very similar kind of English. So he's from Vietnam, you're from France. You obviously have a bit of a French accent. He has a Vietnamese accent, but your style of speaking is actually quite similar. Okay, so the order of information is somewhat disorganized. All right, so just what Turi said at the end there, he said, I have to think a little bit more and just organize the information a little bit better. Okay, so I said, do you use the internet at school or at work? And you said, actually, I think you said but I didn't hear it clearly. Really enunciate. I am working as well as I am a student. That's good, but it's a complicated way to answer a simple question. Okay, part 1, they're fairly simple questions, so don't complicate the answer unnecessarily. So instead of saying actually I am working as well as I am a student, I would just say I work and I'm a student, so I use the internet in both work and at school. Okay, so just simpler grammar. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Instead of overcomplicating the basic grammar of the answer, focus more attention on having a good explanation and example. So actually, I work and I'm a student, so I use the internet for studying online and for editing videos for clients. Last week, I sent a short 1-minute video to a client through email. You see how my grammar, I kept it fairly simple, but my answer was complete and complex. Do you see what I mean?
I get it.
Yeah, so let's try that without me writing it down. Just try to repeat that simple response. So do you use the internet at work or at school?
I use the internet at work because I'm working as a freelancer. So I use it daily to edit videos for people. An hour ago, I was just not an hour ago.
Sure,
Just
you
in
can,
the
you can say an hour ago. The examiner's not going to call you on that. Weren't you here an hour ago? No, you can say an hour ago I sent an email to a client, and done. You're done, and that's a band 8. Okay, so let's try it one more time. Do you use the internet at school or at work?
I use the internet at work because I work as a freelancer online in editing videos. Just an hour ago, I sent a short editing video to a client.
And stop, and that's a band 7.5 for sure. Okay, so keep your answers like that, and you will beat your last score, no questions. I have no reservation that you'll do better than last time if you simplify like that. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. That I'm gonna leave you with that thought, because I think you really understood what I was trying to tell you there, and I'm sure that all of our viewers and listeners are like, oh yeah, that was way clearer, that information, than the previous answer. Okay. So go through these questions when you have some time tomorrow and re-answer them in this format and focus on that in your upcoming exam. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sarah, if you have a chance, I definitely, and it's not a sales pitch, but I definitely think it's a good idea for you to try speaking interview practice with me, like a full speaking interview practice, just so you can really get the hang of this and maximize your speaking score like 2 weeks before your exam. And then you'll be like, okay, I got it. All right. So just a thought, no pressure. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
All right, Sarah, keep up the good studies and have a good rest of your evening in France.
Thank you.
Okay.
It was nice talking to you again.
Good talking to you as well. Bye, Sarah.
Goodbye.
All right, that was Sarah from France, from Marseille. That's awesome. Okay. So we've got time for one more, everyone. So let's take another volunteer. Let's see if Orlando is available. I think we've talked to Orlando before. Orlando, are you ready? And again, this is practice for everybody. So all of this advice that I'm giving you, that's for everyone. Okay, Orlando, if you're there, let me know. I believe Orlando was from Portugal, if I remember correctly. It's tough to remember everyone, but we'll see. Maybe Orlando's still there. Maybe not. Who knows? Okay. I'm not getting anything from Orlando. Oh, yeah, there's Orlando. All right. Last second, Orlando.
Hello.
Hi, Orlando. How are you?
I'm good. Great.
All right. Orlando, did I remember correctly that you're in Portugal? Or am I way off?
I'm from the Philippines, not from Portugal.
Philippines. Okay, so way off, like way off. Right? Thousands of kilometers off. Okay, but we have talked before, have we not, Orlando?
Yes. we've already talked.
Okay. All right. How are your studies going?
Right now, I am not studying, but I'm practicing my English because I'm applying for a job online as an audio producer.
Okay. All right. Well, let me help you with your ambitions. Let me ask you a couple of questions from speaking part one. We'll kind of go to these last two questions here. Here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
How has the way you use the internet changed today compared to 5 years ago?
Well, the internet has become more accessible for me, and now it is more convenient than uh, than before. So you can do a lot of things now online using the internet. Uh, you can use the internet for uh, contacting your client, sending messages, communicating, and also purchasing items like grocery for your daily needs. Uh, for entertainment.
If you could make a website, what would it be?
I would make a website for my audio materials as a showcase for my clients so that they can listen to the materials that I have made and to entice them to get me as their producer.
Okay. Very good. An easy 758, I would say, but I think you can actually get better. I think you can target a 9. Okay, so your pronunciation is very clear. If you speak to me like this, and I don't know that you're in the Philippines, I might even think that I'm speaking with a native speaker somewhere. So very nice pronunciation, nice fluency. The content, if you improve the content slightly and pay attention to a couple of points in the communication, you can target as high as an 859. Okay. Let me tell you where there was a very clear mistake with the first one here. So I asked you, how has the way you use the internet today changed compared to 5 years ago? And you said, well, the internet has become more accessible for me and now it's more convenient than before. That was very good, and I like how you use the present perfect, right? Has become more accessible. So present perfect question, okay, has changed in the question, present perfect answer. And you used me here, which was really good. And I thought to myself, wow, okay, great. You're targeting yourself. I was a little bit worried about that. And then you started targeting me. So you said, so you can. And that's a mistake, okay? You definitely want to avoid that kind of a shift in your voice because that becomes confusing. And you said, so you can do a lot of things online. And then you said you can use the internet for contacting your client. It's true, I'm contacting you right now, but we're not talking about me. We're talking about you here, okay? So Orlando, keep it to I, me, my. Really control, and this is for everybody, okay? I said, when I'm talking to a person here, I'm talking to everybody. So really control your subject noun. Good communication has good control on the subject and the subject noun. Okay, so here, just a slight change, and you're moving from a band 8 to a band 9. Well, the internet has become more accessible for me, and now it is more convenient than before. So I can, and not do a lot of things, so I can do a lot more than half a decade ago, because we're talking about 5 years, right? So I can do a lot more than half a decade ago. I can watch 2 movies or shows at the same time while chatting with a friend. Okay. I can use the internet for contacting my clients. Okay. Sending them messages, communicating or purchasing products for my business. Okay. Last week, I bought a new microphone. Okay, so all about you, all right? The last answer was very good. If you could make a website, what would it be? Start with the answer. Given the chance, I would make a website for my audio materials as a showcase for my clients. It would be my portfolio. It would be my online portfolio. That's what it's called when you have if you're a painter or if you have videos or audio materials, you have a portfolio. Okay, so it would be my online portfolio so that they can listen to the materials that I've made and entice them to get me as their producer. I loved that last sentence. Very nice vocabulary. Great use of the word entice. Very, very, very good. Okay, let's go back to this previous one. So all about you, okay? I'm going to repeat this answer, copy after me. So how has the way you use the internet changed today compared to 5 years ago? Well, the internet has become more accessible for me, and now it's more convenient than before. I can do a lot more than half a decade ago. I can watch 2 movies or shows at the same time while chatting with a friend. I can use the internet for contacting my clients, sending messages, communicating, and purchasing products for my business. Last week, I bought a new microphone on Amazon. How has the way you use the internet changed today compared to 5 years ago?
Okay, well, the internet has become more accessible for me, and now it is more convenient than before. So I can do a lot more than half a decade ago. I can watch 2 movies or shows at the same time while chatting with a friend. I can use the internet for contacting my clients, sending messages, communicating, or purchasing products for my business. Last week, I bought a new microphone from Amazon.
Awesome. That's a band 9. Okay, that's so everybody who's watching, if you wanted to hear a band 9, that's what band 9 sounds like. Okay, and when you're practicing this, Orlando, really enunciate those I's. So I can do more. Train your brain to use I instead of you when you're talking about yourself. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I think we have a bit of delay there, Orlando, but you got it. Okay. Orlando, have an awesome rest of your night in the Philippines. I think it's quite late there, so I hope you have a good rest and good sleep, and then hope you come back for classes tomorrow.
Thank you very much, too. Thank you.
Bye, Orlando. All right, we definitely had a little bit of delay there, but I think Orlando did a fantastic job keeping up. Students, this interface is for all of you, okay? It's not just to chat with me, it's to chat with each other. So what you should do here when you have a minute is, send a message, say, hey, do you want to chat with me, practice some IELTS? And then you have some scripts right here, okay? So right there, you can click on objects and like magic, boom, there you go, some questions. will pop up that you can use to practice with each other. So this interface is for all of you, okay? And it's free. So use it every day to improve your speaking with each other. This website is aehelp.com. Use it to improve your language communication and for IELTS. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. Click this big red button. Okay, again, the website is aehelp.com. And you can use this discount code that I showed you at the start of class, which was IELTS 9. So use that discount code, IELTS 9, for that 25% discount off our academic or our general IELTS website. The websites are right here, aehelp.com, gieltshelp.com. Students, thank you so much for volunteering. Thank you for being with me here this morning, this afternoon, this evening, depending on where you are. Carolina, thank you for helping out with the chat, moderating, keeping it clean. I saw you got rid of some spammers there. That was really good. I appreciate everybody for studying so hard and staying ambitious. Keep the world moving forward. Much love to all of you wherever you are on our planet, whether it's France, the Philippines, Vietnam, or in India. Have a great rest of your day. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from beautiful Victoria here in Canada. Much love to all of you. Bye.